So, let's talk about Boktoh today. Um, I prefer the term Boktoh. Bokken seems to be a term preferred by Kendo people. I'm not terribly sure why, and it's unimportant anyway. So let's talk about Boktoh. This is the type of Boktoh which I use. Some people call that a Kotori Shinto-ru Boktoh. Certainly they do in the shops, on the online shops like Tozando, for example, call that Kotori Shinto-ru Boktoh. In actual fact, it's not exactly, I think, something that there actually is. Boktoh have always been made according to how you made them in the particular region from which you came, or what is the habit of your family, or what is the habit of your dojo, etc. So it really doesn't actually matter which Boktoh you're using. It's the Boktoh you like to use, or the Boktoh that your dojo uses. But the Boktoh which Tozando likes to call a Kotori Shinto-ru Boktoh has a cut-off end. It's flat. That's quite safe. If it hits you, it won't cut you. It will still hurt a lot. In fact, it could possibly even hurt more because it's blunt at the end, etc. I personally prefer to use Boktoh that are made of hinoki. Some people like to use other timbers. This Boktoh is made of permison, and it's very, very heavy, and it has the typical kendo style kasaki on it. I could call it a kendo style kasaki, but it's used by quite a few groups in the Koru world as well. It's not just exclusively a kendo shape. As I say, how a Boktoh is made traditionally, before all the marketing and so forth, and remembering I've been doing this since the 1980s. I do remember before the marketing thing became a thing. People made these themselves and made them according to how they made them, or how they liked them, etc. My teacher, if he wanted a Boktoh, he didn't go to the shop for one. He went, as he said, everyone in Shizuoka, if you wanted a Boktoh, you went and cut a tree down, and you made one. And you can still do that. You can still do that. You need to age the timber appropriately. And you need to shape it appropriately, etc., to how you like it. And there's two ways of doing that. One is to cut it in a shape which, for example, has a curvature, a slight curvature. Usually Boktoh have a slight curvature, not a strong curvature, though sometimes I've seen quite strongly curved Boktoh as well. They do exist. They are a thing. And the other way to do it is that you cut it straight, but then you shape it after it's been cut. And that's the superior way to do it, because then it is shaped with the grain rather than cut against the grain. It will last longer, it will last better, etc. A Boktoh should also be selected on the basis of its weight if possible. It should weigh as much as you can. A Shinken, a live sword, is actually heavy. They're actually quite a bit heavier than the Yaito. So it's doing you a favor if your Boktoh is heavy, because you get used to that weight. You get used to the work that it makes you do. Yeah. If the Boktoh is light, it may feel good. And, you know, if you have a light one, maybe it's okay for a beginner, but get rid of, you know, progress on from a very light Boktoh very quickly. If you're really concerned that you're not very fit for doing Suburi practice, if you are not confident about that, about the weight, handling the weight, then yeah, use a light Boktoh, but progress to a heavier one as quickly as you can. A heavy Boktoh is a good thing. Another time I'll bring in a Suburito and show that to you. They are a very, very heavy type of Boktoh. That's, you know, they can weigh even up to a kilo. Although the heaviest I've come across has been in the 700 to 800 grams range. I have one that is around 750 grams. Very hard to get one that's heavier than that. And they are a terrific thing to have for training. You can do 100 repetitions, 100 repetitions with a Boktoh, like this one, or you can do 10 repetitions with a Suburito. You do 100 repetitions with the Suburito, then then that replaces doing 1,000 repetitions with a Boktoh. Okay, so that's a good way to train. Please consider trying that. Yeah, I think it's really the best way. It was told to me it was the best way when I was a kid, and I started this in my mid-teens, and I was a stick insect, and you know, my sword should have carried me. My sword should have carried me to training, not the other way around, because my sword was probably stronger than me, bigger than me, etc. when I was a kid starting this. So, you know, you should be looking for a Boktoh that is as free as possible from marks in the grain and etc. A Boktoh should not, as to quote my teacher from over 30 years ago, it should not look like a piece of furniture. It should be the kind of timber that the furniture carpenter does not want to use because it's boring. Yeah, because that's the strong one. If it's heavy and it's boring, it is the heartwood of the tree. You want the heartwood of the tree if possible. So, in an ideal situation, you go to the shop and you know, weigh the Boktoh and see if you can find the heaviest one in the bunch, and you buy that one. If you're not able to do that, then unfortunately you can try asking whoever you're buying it from over the internet if they can do that for you, etc. With a bit of luck they'll try, etc. So yeah, I think that covers all I have to say about at this point about Boktoh, and please ask questions in the comments section. if you want to know anything further that I might have perhaps left out. People have been leaving some terrific comments over the last couple of weeks, months, etc. Really terrific comments that have led to improving the videos, and I'm sure that further comments in the future will also help to improve the videos as well. So also consider liking, subscribing, sharing. Go to the description, you'll find links. Consider becoming a member of our virtual dojo and supporting us. Consider becoming a student and doing some training with us. Although in that case you'll need to bring a friend. Okay, but thank you very much.